is everyone? Hello, nice to see you. Mainlanders, raise your hand, mainlanders. You filthy lot. Nice to see you, very nice to see you. Wow, look at her all on the balcony, all the way to the back there. Hello up there. Sorry I missed out on the table. For those at the top, there's a bar here around the corner. If you want another reason to come down around the corner selling beer and wine and beer. They've named a drink after me. Dean's Negroni. Can you get a Negroni with little essence of my teardrops inside? Welcome to 4 p.m. We just heard the first few bars of the piece that I wrote today. It's a bit of an auspicious weekend, and I'm pretty keen to hear this one. Day 98. The 98th day. So this is the weekend of the 100th piece that I'll have written here in Mona at the piano. So it's nice to be here. Nice to see you. For those of you who want to hear it really quickly, the impatient ones, especially the ones from Sydney, you won't hear it straight away because we're still in process. So I've been writing it all day. At 10 o'clock this morning, when the doors opened, I was sat there at the piano with a blank page. And every day is a brand new piece of music from scratch. Although the quartet are here, we're going to start rehearsing it now. So we'll stop and start, we'll talk about things and we'll make annotations, and it'll take us a little while to get through it. So enjoy the rehearsal. I'll keep the mic on as well so you can hear our discussion. And please ask a question if you don't understand something. It's really important that we're all kind of open, because this whole thing is about the process. It's not about a framed piece of work. That's what you buy a CD for, or you buy a nice artwork in a frame for. That's not what this is. It's the process of making. And if you get inspired and you want to go home and, you know, put the chisel back in the wood or whatever you do creatively, then good on you. It's all about process and making a piece of stinking turd, and then for this period from 4 till 5, we just roll it in glitter and make it sound as good as we can. So I haven't heard the piece yet, and this quartet, this amazing quartet, haven't seen it either. So we'll all start reading it for the first time. Miranda, Emily, Will, and Alex. So even though, how many notes did you just play then? From A to probably, 100 notes. You just read 100 notes just like that. Amazing, extraordinary. The rehearsal process of music is not something you often see. Who's been to an open rehearsal, either with you might have your partner in a punk band rehearsing in the garage out the back and you hear them. But to be in the room and to hear the discussions is interesting. And of course, who's been to an orchestral rehearsal? It's not very often that people do that. So hopefully that's as interesting too as anything else in the museum is, and also part of the experience. So welcome. If you have questions that you'd like to ask me, please do. I can hear you from here. I'll come back to you. We'll stop periodically and come back and have a chat, because chats are good about creativity. We're all about making things here and not being afraid to make something that's really, really bad. Just making bad things is good, because at least you've done something. It's better than being crippled by not doing anything at all. All right, here we go. Day 98. And if we're lucky and we finish this one early, we might play yesterday's piece again for you as well. Day 97.
How was the tempo?
It's good. Yep. That's nice. Gives plenty of time. Bing, bum, 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 bum. That was about right. We'll do that again from the start. So what happens there at C, before C, second violin comes in to add vigour and vim to it. A nice little descent from D, kind of resetting for the melody to start again from letter D. And then we have a little kind of a settling down at G. All the fermata before H. We should be pausing before H in 3/4. We have the first bar of H is just second violin. And then mostly that kind of melody from H will be carried by second violin up until the rit before I. If that doesn't come through in your parts. Ritardando is Italian for slowing down. If music terminology was invented in Australia to say slow down, but we don't like that. We write ritardando. And we express again in I, back to A tempo and I. Now from J, it is just viola and cello for a while, doing a little slow descend together. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 before K. Second violin comes in. There should be a pause before K. and back into the main theme in K. Alright. If you want to say something to me with the mask on, you need to shout. Okay, here we go from the top again. I'm interested to hear what the crowd think this might be like. But I think it's where it puts them. Where's the story? 1, 2. The cello here is doing pizzicato plucking, and then arco is to bow. So it changes from pitch to arco at C. So feel at arco because you've got all kind of quite legato from you, I think, in those bars. Hopefully that works where you go to arco 2 bars after C. Hopefully that looks good. Let's go right on C. Right on C. 2, 3. Less expressive in the first phrase. Feel quite rhythmic.
Okay.
Yeah.
At D?
Yeah, when you come in at D, yes.
Yep.
Is there I've got you've remarked forte at D. There's no drop, there's no change for me before that. Does it get quieter somewhere? Is C quieter?
No, it didn't go quieter.
It's just a reiteration of character.
I think at C it might be kind of big, probably because 2 bars before D it's just you and cello again. So maybe that sort of settles down to mezzo forte and then
I've got a little deep at 26.
Yeah.
That's just the end of phrase, but
yeah. Cool. Alright, let's go from D then.
So did you say less expressive at A and then more expressive at D?
Yes, please. Yes. Alright, 2 before D. 2 before D. 2. Just a touch at G, not too much, just slow a little bit, poco. And then what we'll do is 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth bar of G is we start with ya together. So do little swells inside those bars. So the fourth of G is viola and cello. And then it goes second violin, something and then the 52 is.
One then legato, so we'll.
Yes. Yep, legato. Yep. Legato is long and connected rather than separated. Okay, let's go from G again, please. Letter G to E. sorry, I forgot to mention, is the viola takes the melody at an I. Let's make you both have 1, 2, 3, fourth of I for viola. We have a double crotchet, and it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th of H. Dot that scale. 5th of H is a E, A, B, so dot the first crotchet. Dee da da ba ba. Yep, so bar 59. That's the same for you, yeah?
So you want this sorry,
Yeah, ba ba ba.
okay.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
So the third crotchet's no longer an A, it's a B.
No, it's same note, it's just dot a crotchet quaver.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Cool. Does anybody not understand what we're saying? See, people have left already because they're going to see some more products and frame things. Good on them. Anybody curious about something they don't understand yet? If you're leaning against the wall, these instruments, the acoustic instruments, nothing's amplified except me. The sound is designed to go that way. So if you can't hear very well, you might be better off over here. Just putting it there. Is everybody clear? Is anybody confused? Does anybody need to know anything? What do you think? What kind of melody is that? Is it put you on a ship or in a dark place, in a horror film, in a sci-fi? Where are you? In your mother's house? What's that? In the comfort, in the pantry, in the countryside. Right, very good. So what I've tried to do is have a melody here, and this is what we're working through now. Is kind of the, the secondary character's melody. Maybe it's the hero. The first one's the heroine, and this is the hero's melody or something, right? All right, let's go at H again, please. H on that. And 1. Go from N for Mary to E. I've read most of that. Amazing, amazing. So, the reason why we do this is because, unlike spoken text, music has descriptions about how fast and loud and so forth. If you don't read music, that's what we do. So, text doesn't give you that information. You're not meant to read a certain chapter quicker. Despite that might be the car chase chapter, you tend not to read it any quicker. You just read it at the same pace and let your imagination do the work. Whereas music does it for you, which is kind of cool. If you like what you're seeing and you want to stay in touch, this little thing here is a camera, so it's all live streamed. Everything goes to my YouTube, Dean Stevenson Music. You can see all of the days, all 100 of them. And we're not done, we've got months to go. So you can see them all here. On this music stand here is a mailing list. I'll put it over here so it's not quite so confronting to stand in front of everybody. And you can put your email there if you want to stay in touch with the project. And also you can see these microphones, so this is all acoustic, because none of this is amplified. These mics are here to record the group, and if you want to actually have those live recordings, put your name down and I'll tell you how on the Patreon. It's kind of cool. Does anybody have any questions or queries they'd like to know? Or anything like to share about creativity? Don't be afraid. I do include piano sometimes, yes. I don't play piano. Some people are saying, bullshit, mate, I saw you sound the piano today. Yes, I can play notes on the piano, but I don't play the piano like in time. My brain doesn't work that way. So it'll never be me. Well, it was twice, wasn't it? And it wasn't very good. No, it wasn't very good. Okay, so basically I wrote a piano part. I hadn't booked a pianist that day, and it got to about 3 o'clock. I thought, oh, I've just got to put the last bar on now and spend the last hour practicing my part because I'm so crap at it. And it still wasn't very good. So I get somebody else in. Tomorrow there will be a piano player, and even Sunday too, because tomorrow's day 99. There's going to be 14, which is a string orchestra here tomorrow. So I'm writing music for a full string orchestra, so there'll be lots of them. Double bass, three cellos, piano, will be kind of quite a thing. So if you're around tomorrow, come back at 4 o'clock. I'll be a mess, I reckon, at 4 o'clock tomorrow. All right, now we're going to play this probably through, I reckon. We're going to play it through now. So this is day 98, ladies and gentlemen. Tune into the YouTube. I'm saying this like it's a farewell. It's not a farewell because we'll do it a few times. One with me, and then I'm going to go and join you and have a drink, because it's always better when I'm out there. Just get off with their thinking. Get off the stage. It's better when they do it without me. And you'll just hear it kind of evolve as everyone gets more familiar with it over time. It'll sound better and better. And then if we have time, we'll play tomorrow's. So, if you hear it one time and you want to go see some more vaginas, that's fine. So remember, there's a live stream on my YouTube, mailing list over there. Have a great Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, day 98. Does this remind you of a film? It's that kind of filming thing again, isn't it? It's got that same minor, you go upper, a minor third, so upper major third playing minor, with, which is the first change, which I think is that Lord of the Ringsy kind of storyteller, Harry Potter kind of thing. When the melody comes in, the second bar of the melody goes up. Here we go, from the top. special. For the latecomers, this is a piece that's written every day. So this was written this morning from a blank page. And it's one thing to write it, but they just did that. They've just seen it for the first time and made that music that probably some will be humming on the way home. How fantastic. It's amazing. It gets me every time. You're good to do? You're right? Good. They're good now. So what happens is conductors are good for orchestra. They're terrible for quartet, so I'm going to get off stage now and have a drink and listen to it from out there. So I'll do it by myself. Does anybody have anything they'd like to ask before I go? Yes.
You mean bowing-wise?
Dynamics.
Dynamics. Oh, I just made it up. I was just doing the first statement loud and the second song.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so the two buttons.
Do I start with a ditty in my head or blank? Yeah, how do I start? Yes, good question. Sometimes I do have like a little, usually it's not a melody. It was in the beginning, but in the first, 50 days, but I used up all my life's store of ideas that I had. Books full of things never finished. I used every bloody one of them. So then I literally fell in a hole and went, what do I do? So the danger is then coming in and listening to the radio and suddenly I'm writing a song about the village people. So you've got to be careful because we musicians just are sponges. We take everything in, everything. So I might whistle something on my phone and use that. Usually it's as simple as I feel like writing something fast or slow. It's usually what that is. And I sit down at the piano and just start to mess around and those notes sound nice, off we go. And it's funny how just maybe 2 or 3 notes together suggest so much. Whether they're close and they clash, or whether they're really far apart on the keyboard, they'll suggest something. So my mood plus a couple of notes and off I go. It's often quite simple. It's easy to start, but finishing is another thing. Finishing, like getting to 11 o'clock and going, what am I wasting my time on this for? Yesterday I didn't have a melody until I went to have lunch going, I got nothing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to play it in a second. And you hear a melody of yesterday's work, I didn't get that till about 1:30. And then, God, thank God for that. Now there's something people can whistle. Which is really important, to whistle something. Because that's how music is best shared, when it's whistleable. Yes. Good question. So, for those who are uninitiated to music, could you play your first bar for me, please, Will?
At the beginning?
Yes. You could. So that's called an arpeggio, if you don't know that. That's basically, it's that chord. It's just taking each of the chords, either the notes from a chord, and just playing them separately. So it sounds like, he's playing some fantastic line. He's just playing a chord. Not to diminish anything you do, Will. You're doing it really well. But he's playing a simple arpeggio, so it's just in the key of F sharp minor, and then away we go. That's where it starts anyway. Okay, good. I'm going to go have a drink. This is going to be good.
Good luck, everybody. I'll wait for him to clear out. Make sure he's gone.
That was really nice. It's much more fluid and they're much better without a conductor. Thank you, that's amazing. We'll do it other times. Does anybody have anything I'd like to ask? Something you don't understand? You've always wanted to ask a viola player something. Now's your chance. No, we don't do requests. That's not a question. That's not an acceptable question. With a whole run. Okay, can the viola player request? Well, no. Does everyone know what a viola is? Does everyone know the difference between a viola? If you could hold up your viola, please, Will. And then hold a violin next to it, Emily. There you go. Now you know. It's got one lower string, it's a much darker sound.
Viola takes longer to burn.
Takes longer to burn. You need to put your bigger boots on when you jump on it. Like a banjo, it's just hard to destroy. There's a question over here, sir. Yes? Oh, what my favourite violist joke? Any of them. They're all funny.
What does a viola player's fingers have in common with lightning? They never strike the same place twice.
There you go. There you go. That's a good one. Question for you. If you take your mask off, just so you get the question out. I don't have a process for which instrument starts the melody. It's about the mood, because as we can hear, like if we, because the viola is a darker sound, it's like the melody that I make, like, oh, how do I want it to sound? Do I want it to sound really bright and cheery or like really high? The thing with the viola, when you were doing that melody at the end there, in fact, let's play it. At letter H, could you just play letter H, the melody from you, Emily, in second violin? Could you just please play that at letter H? Yes, it is. Second bar. Can you play that for me, please? On the just the melody on the violin. Okay, thank you. And now hear the same melody on viola.
Figure I, yeah?
Yeah. It's just a different texture, and up really high like that. I tend to think of the viola like a medium to small car, like a 4-cylinder car, driving at 60 kilometres, stuck in second gear, and the engine's revving really high. That kind of like, it's a small instrument trying to be so much bigger, and that texture's like almost sort of yelling out of the group is quite important.
The viola should be larger.
That's right.
For its pitch range, it should be, the body and strings should be longer than this, but then it would be too big to play.
That's right. Did we get that? It should be longer. So the physics of the instrument actually make it smaller than it ought to be for its range in the group. But then of course Will would need, an extension, go-go gadget arm to play it. So you can't do that. So there you go. So that's why it sounds like an instrument that's sort of yelling out of the middle, despite all the cardigan and Earl Grey tea jokes. Cool. But that's an important voice in the group.
I know another really good one if you want it.
Go on. Another viola, Jake. Here we go. Last one.
What does a viola player have in common with a terrorist?
What?
They both destroy Boeings.
Oh dear, yeah. Oh dear. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's play. Quick, play some music. Thank you very much. We'll play this one more time, and then we've probably got enough time to play yesterday's piece again, so you can hear a bit of the variety of the days. Here's day 98, one more time.
Sight read it from memory.
Thank you. Now for some giggles. Let's have another go at yesterday's. Let's play tomorrow's piece. Wow, I just said that. Okay.
Hopefully an advantage of the parts are pre-rehearsed at least.
Done second.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Now, I'll be completely honest with you. I've taken the paper out, but I have no idea how this goes. I'm all stuck in today's melody. I don't remember this at all.
I don't know.
Allegro. Oh, good Lord. Can you remind me how it goes?
It's pretty fast.
Pretty fast?
Oh, right.
This is, yeah.
Well, like press it.
Yeah, fair, nice and fast, eh? Yay!
Hopefully they wrote in the free bits as well. Like
We'll find out when we get there.
You ready?
Sort of.
They just read that for the first time. Extraordinary work. Ladies and gentlemen, please get up to the quartet. Miranda, Emily, Will, and Alex. Thank you so much. This process is all about the courage to just create something in a day. Doesn't matter how good it is, fix it later, but just finish the thing. Put it full stop. Do that difficult middle bit, always difficult, and have fun creating because it's awesome. Thank you so much. The museum's open for another hour, so have fun and have a happy new year. Thank you very much. Don't forget the mailing list on your way out if you please, and watch the live stream on YouTube. Thank you.
All the bread, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
No idea where I just like, now.